Hi, this is Kary York with Insurance Resourcing, and today we are continuing our interview series. We are now up to question number 6, which is actually a two-part question, which is most commonly heard by everybody, which is, why did you leave your last job? Well, first off, we have two different kinds of responses, the positive ones and the not so positive ones. So today we're going to focus on the positive ones. Here's the ones that typically come up and the answers that you should use. Let's say we're dealing with relocation. The trick to relocation is you want to make sure that the employer understands that you didn't leave them high and dry. So here's a simple answer. I had to leave my company because my spouse was transferred. I gave the company 4 weeks notice. I did everything I could to transfer the files to my coworkers. I made sure all my customers were called. I knew that the underwriters would want to know that I was leaving. I wanted to make sure that they understood why, so there wasn't any falsities going on within the office. And I wanted to make sure that the new person would have the best resources available for when they took over the position. Nice, short, sweet, and to the point. The next reason that is still pretty positive, but can be a little tricky, is let's say that you had to leave your position voluntarily and it was due to having to take care of someone in the family. And you could say something along this line. Well, I had to leave the XYZ company because I had a family obligation. Unfortunately, one of my family members was quite ill and required around-the-clock care. Rather than only working part-time or not being able to give my full 100% to the job, which is how I like to work, I decided it was in everybody's best interest to leave the company. I gave as much notice as I could. The company was very supportive. I made sure that all of my files were transferred over. I called all the customers, and I tried to leave the client and the clients and my employer in the best situation possible. Everything's been resolved now, and I'm ready to return to work full-time. Easy answer. The third thing that could happen is a layoff. Layoffs come in two forms. It could be a legitimate layoff, and what I mean by legitimate as a recruiter, the company went out of business, the department was moved, or the department was closed. The rest of them, not so legitimate, and we'll talk about that next time. But if it was a legitimate situation while you were laid off, just simply state that your office was closed, the company was moved, they gave you as much notice as possible, you did everything you could to make a smooth transition, and now you're ready to explore new opportunities. That's it for this week. Next week we're going to tackle part B, the harder parts of why did you leave your job. This is Kary York with InsuranceResourcing.com.